Hey guys, what's up? Today I got a UU match. This one is against Lampent level 61, which seems like a reference to something. I just can't really put my finger on it. But anyways, um, I'm feeling much better. Actually, my back's been fairly pain free. It's just not as strong or as like can endure any real kind of strain or anything like that. So as long as I don't do anything, then it's okay. And as you can hear, I'm my throat's a lot clearer. I'm not really sniffling too much anymore, and I do cough, but it's fairly manageable. So, anyways, I'm gonna lead with my Darmanitan, but I'm like, wait, he's gonna lead with Flygon. Why didn't I just lead with Gligar? Doesn't really matter either way. I'm gonna get my rocks up. He would have U-turned if I had led with Gligar anyway. So this works out slightly better, but you know he could have potentially not earthquaked me. I don't know, whatever. He goes into his P2, which gets the download boost, which I'm kind of worried about because I'm like, damn. But I can always just go into my Darmanitan. I didn't want to get Toxic, so I went to Mew because of Synchronize. And I also didn't want to get hit with Ice Beam, so Mew's also another really good choice. I thought he would Toxic here, and that's why I taunted, but no, apparently he doesn't. Go for the Will-O-Wisp, and he's doing a lot with his Tri-Attacks, and I'm like, if he freezes me, I'm screwed. If he paralyzes me, I'm like really screwed because then he's faster. If he burns me, I actually don't care. I kind of want him to burn me. I won't be able to stall him out as well, but you know it'll be the best of the three options if one does happen to proc. But for this time being, I'm just kind of sitting in here, gaining a little bit of extra health, and stalling him down, and just roosting and basically, please don't freeze me. Like I said, paralyzed would make me slower than him, so it'd be bad. But at this point, you know, it's not a big deal again. Just need to get Darmanitan in here for free. I could have switched in if I was feeling really, you know, bold on the first turn instead of going to Mew at all, but, you know, he does have Fagricus, so I can't really just throw out superpowers and stuff like that. But he discharges me here because he knows he wants to get that Paralyze. And I think I Psychicked him and got the special defense drop, which is why he switches. I predicted the switch to nothing. I roosted again. I figured he'd be like, okay, whatever, just stay in and die. Because he's so low and he's slow, so it's like, I don't see why he would switch. I mean, even like Gligar could probably kill him with Earthquake from there. But yeah, I switched to Gligar, speaking of. I kind of half expected Stealth Rock because it's the only thing on his team with Stealth Rock capabilities, but I also thought I don't want to get subbed on or have him, I don't know, even a Swords Dance wouldn't be a big deal because it'd be, neutral, except he'd be taking damage. Whatever. Gonna go for the Toxic as he goes to Shaman to take the Earthquake. Gonna switch into Mew. I think he missed Leech Seed there. Doesn't matter too much, I guess. But yeah, so now he gets Leech Seed off on me, and I'm gonna taunt him. Unfortunately, he is faster, which means he's like a max speed Subseeder. Sometimes they're like defensive, but this one seems to be at least max speed, because my Mew is not zero speed. It is specially defensive, but it's also not max speed, so it's a little in the middle. But well, not really middle, but anyways, he's gonna switch to Raikou. Not really sure. I went to Kingdra because I thought he'd go to Porygon, I think, or something. I don't remember what I thought he'd go to. Whatever. Or maybe Fagricus, because he can take me on a little bit. Whatever. I go for the Dragon Dance because I figure even a Specs Thunderbolt can't, or a Life Orb Thunderbolt rather, can't kill me. Specs maybe, but I figured he'd be Life Orb based on his team comp. He goes for the Calm Mind because he thinks I'm gonna Rain Dance, and I'm like, no, I'm Dragon Dance, and I just kill him. Can't really outrage because Bisharp is still around, but he goes into this, and I'm like, I'm set up, but I don't want to get burned. I guess I could have stayed in, waterfalled a couple times, maybe get a flinch or whatever, see how much it does at least. But whatever. He misses Will-O-Wisp, which kind of sucks because I want to burn him, even though I should be wanting to poison him. with Gligar, but whatever. I taunt him now, so he can't do anything except, like Shadow Ball me. He can't Calm Mind. Calm Mind is the one thing I'm really worried about, although I'm not too concerned that he's going to have it, because he already has a Calm Minder. I already killed it. So I'm thinking this is just going to be like a tank, just like his Porygon is, right? With Recover and attacks, and he's going to be like, Haze, Will-O-Wisp, Rest, and Shadow Ball, or not necessarily Haze. He could have Sleep Talk now. Because, yeah, Black and White 2 move tutors. Goes to Porygon 2. I killed it because it's really low, and like I said, he wouldn't be able to take a hit, so whatever. Go back to Mew again. Now he gets burned. That's what I was going for last time. But, yeah, I'm still going to go for the taunt, because like I said, Calm Mind would be bad, because Darmanitan's really the only thing that can deal with it, and it's, like, physically defensive, most likely, so that would be bad. But he just Shadow Balls, so I'm like, okay, he's probably not Calm Mind, he probably is just defensive. Because that would also make sense, because he has nothing else really on his team that's defensive other than potentially Bisharp, but he's still probably like at max attack. He just has Stealth Rock, because why not? And then P2, yeah, is a tank, so this is like the only thing that's really defensive. Porygon 2 just has a Violate, which makes it bulky. I'm basically letting him kill me at this point. His Shadow Ball in Burn is doing a little bit more than my Lefties in Roost. Plus, he got that special defense drop on the first turn, like I got on my first Psychic against his Porygon, but whatever. I mean, I guess I could switch out to P2 and reset and come back in, but honestly, I'm just like, whatever. I just want to die, basically, because I'm pretty sure Specs Raikou can come in and do a lot of damage to him before he can really do anything to me, so I'm just stalling him. I probably should have switched out to P2 really quickly and just come back in. I don't know. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm up like 6-4 or something, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, he killed my Mew. And I got the taunt off, which is good. That means he can't rest anytime soon. So I go into Raikou, and I literally said to myself, here's time to make plays, because Flygon switching is very obvious, but he goes into Shaman. I don't know why. I mean, I'm pretty sure, well, he doesn't necessarily know I'm Specs, but, Thunderbolt would do a lot to Shaman, because he's not bulky. But, yeah, I just go for HP Ice, and it kills Shaman. He's gonna switch into his Bisharp. I would be laughing my ass off here if I randomly had Hidden Power Fire. That would just be hilarious, but I don't, obviously. So I go to Gligar. He goes for the low kick, which means he doesn't have Iron Head or Night Slash or something. Which means I have absolutely nothing to worry about from this thing. He does Swords Dance, but I don't know what item he has. Maybe Focus Sash, but really, he's got like 100 base defense. He's bulky enough to not really need Focus Sash. And he's got Steel type, so, he resists like everything and their mothers. But yeah, that +2 Sucker Punch does like less than half, so I just kill him with an Earthquake. Goes into this Cofagrigus, gonna go for Earthquake, and he rests, and I'm like, damn it. That sucks. Like I said, I was still half expecting Calm Mind, and I was like, if he doesn't have Calm Mind, but then again, he did switch out on my Porygon too, so he probably didn't have Hidden Power Fighting, so yeah, I don't know. But now I know he has Rest, so he's like, yeah, not Calm Mind, but I'm gonna stay in here anyways, because Gligar does have Toxic, so as soon as he wakes up, I can throw down that Toxic on him. I get a crit here with the Earthquake. Still doesn't really do that much damage. And yeah, he wakes up, burns me, and I'm going to Toxic him next turn. Now, the surprise of this little exchange here is this Shadow Ball damage is going to hit me with in a second here. It's like, I think it's like, what, 60 or 70 damage for a stabbed Shadow Ball against a not invested Gligar. I think that was like 80, maybe. Something, I was like 290 something. Whatever. That's like nothing. I'm like, okay, I'll just stay in here and roost a little bit. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch on the rest turn. And that's really my plan. And I figure he's still a little healthy to be resting. But yeah, here I'm like, he might, but he also might Shadow Ball. So I got a little cold feet of switching directly into Kingdra and setting up Dragon Dances and basically like destroying him with 2 KO Waterfall. But he still should have been able to take a hit, but whatever. I went to Raikou because he's Specs and not Life Orb, and he has Shadow Ball, not Extra Sentry, which I probably should have because, you know, it hits like Roserade, and not a whole lot. What else does it hit? Whatever, but Shadow Ball is not too useful. But it is useful here because it kills Clavagrigus and Duskull, so, and Mew, so I mean, those are usually fairly specially defensive, bulky things. I mean, Roserade, I have HP Ice 4, so it's not really a big deal. So, I don't know. That's why I like Shadow Ball. Extra Sentry is nice, but I like Shadow Ball. He goes to Flygon, I figure he Scarf. I went to Kingdra, I'm like, Raikou, Kingdra, and neither of them's going to outspeed. Even Kingdra doesn't outspeed after a Dragon Dance, but I'm like, I like Raikou better. I don't know. I just switched because I was like, whatever, that was kind of useless. But I go to Porygon 2. Take a hit actually quite easily, a lot better than I thought I would. I figured I might not take it, and then I could always just do Gligar, but, you know, I figure I have enough Pokemon to just... He's going to get confused and hit himself eventually. And I'll either get like a Roost or a Flare Blitz or a HP Ice off with something. But I don't even come close to dying. I hit him with an Ice Beam and he dies. So that was a bit of a long match, but wasn't really too stally except for his Fagrigus, which I probably could have just went in with Spec Shadow Ball and 2-hit KO him randomly because his Shadow Ball probably wouldn't do that much damage because Raikou's pretty bulky. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.